to stand and
Yes, sir.
preach
Amen.
this unchanging and great gospel to our pastor, to my brothers in the pulpit, and to you, my brothers and sisters in Christ. It is indeed a good day,
Yes, it is.
a great day to be alive. Amen. I'm not going to hold us long this morning. The text comes out of the book of Jeremiah.
Hallelujah.
Jeremiah chapter 29. Jeremiah chapter 29. And we will do our reading. Take our text from the 11th verse. And it reads, "For I know the thoughts that I think towards you, says the Lord, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end." God bless you.
Amen.
I want to talk this morning from the subject of God's got a plan.
All right. The Lord use you.
God's got a plan. My boiling allergies is bothering me. The prophet Jeremiah is writing a letter of hope. He's writing a letter of hope to the people that were carried away captive from Jerusalem to Babylon. Brothers and sisters, it is critically important that we remember that even in our baddest days and our worstest moments, that God is still good. Not only is he good, but that he is always in control.
Yes, yes.
God, he stays with us. He does not leave us alone. He does not just disappear on us. When times get tough, it's good to know that he stays with us. And he helps us during our toughest of times. Well, God has a way of being encouragement to us. He has a way of, even in the midst of our hardest times, he has a way of comforting us and showing us how much he loves us. God never allows you to fight a battle without him. He never allows you to experience a hardship without him. Truth of the matter is that without him, we will fail. Without God on our side, our trials and our tribulations would ultimately get the best of us. But thanks be to God. Thanks be to God that he is always with us. Well, we have got to remember that he is always with us. We have to remember that our present circumstances will not always be like this. Many people, they get down on themselves and they start to think things and to do things based upon their right now. There are a lot of people that tend to lose sight when situations in their life get bad. There are people that lose their sense of good sense when problems occur in their life. It is important that when you are faced with trying times in your life, that you maintain a self-controlled state of mind. Everything ain't gonna always be smooth and chill all the time for you. You will find yourself in some trying times. You will find yourself challenged with some situations, but you still have to maintain a self-controlled state of mind. You must have a calmness to you. Your composure will be key for you. Well, composure is what enables you to maintain a cool and controlled demeanor. Composure is the enabler of calmness. It is the enabler of tranquility and sereneness. You cannot panic if your composure is right. You cannot lose your cool or have an emotional breakdown if your composure is right. The truth of the matter is, in keeping a self-controlled state of mind, it means to me that you are praying. When people begin to lose sight and they don't have a self-controlled state of mind, it means that no prayers are being spoken. It means that their situation is getting the best of them. But when you are praying, have you ever noticed that when you are praying that nothing seems to bother you? You cannot be concerned about the problems that are coming your way. You are relaxed. Everything is fine. That's because you talked with the Lord and you told him about your problems. And in the midst of you talking with him, he eased the stress that was on your mind. He gave you some peace of mind, and he let you know that everything is going to be well, everything is going to be all right. Everything is going to be all right. Everything is going to be all right. Well, the exiles in the text, they had lost everything but their lives and what few possessions that they could carry with them to Babylon. They lost their freedom and were now captives. They've been taken from their homes and had lost their means of making a living. They were separated from relatives and friends, some of whom may have perished in the long march from Jerusalem to Babylon. But no matter how they looked at it, no matter what the situation was, this situation had seemed hopeless for them. There was no way, no happy ending to look forward to. There was no joy that they could expect. The situation was a sad situation that they were in, but they did not complain. I know I have not read it anywhere in the 11th chapter in the 29th chapter as I was reading, where nobody complained about anything. They never opened up their mouth and complained. They were never complaining about where it is that they was going. They never complained about what it is they were doing. No one was foolishly charging God. No one was complaining loudly to God. No one was questioning out loud, asking God why or what are we doing where are we going? No one said anything.
All right.
Well, we need, brothers and sisters, to take notes on the behavior and the temperament of those that were in exile. When trying times come our way, when problems we don't want to deal with show up in our life, all of us in here are guilty of complaining. All of us in here are guilty of questioning God when things don't go how we want them to go.
All right.
All of us are guilty of leaning to our own understanding and trying to do what it is that we need to call upon the Lord to do, and that is fix the problem. Well, God specializes in fixing our problems. God can fix things better than we can ever imagine to fix things. So when problems come our way, we need to find the man that's going to fix the problem.
All right.
Because if I fix the problem, it'll be temporary. If I fix the problem, it's not going to last long. But if God fixes the problem, it's going to last long. And it's going to be permanent for us. Well, we all have been in situations where we've had to wonder why things are happening the way that they are happening. We've all been in situations where it's rightfully so for us to complain about the circumstances and the situations that we are in. We have all had trying times in our lives. But the one thing that we ought not do is stress about it. One thing that we ought not do is worry about it, because we serve a God who comes prepared. We serve a God who shows up to the party prepared for what needs to be done. We serve a God who does not do things haphazardly. He does not do things just because the wind is blowing a certain way. We serve a God who cares about us. Well, God makes his plans for his people, and they are good plans that ultimately bring us hope and peace. When God does things, it is for a reason that he is doing things. Well, I lost my job last year. Well, at the moment, I couldn't figure out, why is this happening? What happened for this to happen? Why did I lose my job? Well, things happen. God has a plan. God ultimately has a thought process for us. He knows what's best for us. He's seen things coming before they even came. He's seen what's coming down the road. You got to remember that 5 years from now, 2 years from now, 2 months and 3 months from now, he knows what's going to happen. Your today might be different than it was yesterday, because God has a plan, and he puts that plan in motion. Unbeknownst to us, he puts his plan in motion, and he executes his plan. Therefore, if we know that he has a plan, there is no need to be afraid and no need to be discouraged. Because if he has a plan, he's going to take care of us in that plan. He's going to provide for us in that plan. He's going to be right there by our side in that plan. You got to believe that he has a plan. You got to believe that he's working on something on your behalf. You got to trust him, and you got to know that he has a plan for us. And if he has a plan for us, it's going to be good for us. It's going to be good for us. It's going to make sense for us, if God has a plan for us, don't you worry about it. Don't start questioning things. Just pray to God and seek God for what it is that you need. And when you seek Him for what it is that you need, He will provide for you.
Yes.
He
Yes.
will be there
Every
for
time,
you.
every time.
He
Yeah,
will
yeah.
make a way for you.
Yes,
In
yes.
His plan, you will not fail. In His plan, you will not die. In His plan, you will have victory.
Yes.
You will
Yes.
have
Yes.
victory.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
You will have victory
Yes.
in His name. Don't get discouraged. Don't get down on yourself. Just know that He has a plan for you.
Amen. 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 Yes. Yes. Yes.
Praise God, praise God.
Praise God.
Amen, amen. No matter what it looks like, God has a plan for you.
Yes. Yes.
Under the circumstances, under the mayhem